Attention passionate Cleveland, Browns fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Cleveland Browns fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, we're just a couple of weeks into this NFL season, and if you're a Browns fan, you already know that things can change in a heartbeat. But what's really catching everyone's attention right now is the state of the team's roster and the strategic moves that might be coming down the pipeline. The Browns, after a rough start, are reportedly considering some bold decisions, including potentially trading away one of their key players, tight end David Njoku. Yeah, I know, it sounds shocking at first, especially considering Njoku's importance to the team just a few seasons ago, but let's dig into the details and see what's really happening here. It's still early in the season, but the Browns are sitting at 0-2, and honestly, the mood around Cleveland isn't exactly optimistic right now. The loss against the Ravens, despite the fact that Joe Flacco was starting at quarterback, was a tough pill to swallow. That game exposed some of the glaring issues in the roster, especially at the quarterback position, which has been a concern for quite some time. It's clear that the coaching staff and management are trying to figure out the best way forward, and one of the strategies that's gaining traction is the possibility of the Browns becoming sellers rather than buyers as the season progresses. This means that players like Njoku, especially with his contract situation, could be on the move. Now, why would the Browns consider trading Njoku? Well, for starters, he's in the final year of his contract. That makes him a prime candidate for a potential trade if the organization feels they need to rebuild or reposition themselves for the future. The team's draft this year saw them select Harold Fannin Jr., a tight end with significant upside, and since his arrival, Njoku and Fannin have been sharing snaps. That's an important detail. Sharing snap counts indicates that the team is already preparing for a future without Njoku, and it's a strategic move to develop Fannin as their future at the tight end position. Fannin, who was drafted in the first round of this year's NFL draft, has shown promise early on. He's younger, with more long-term potential, especially compared to Njoku, who's now in his late 20s. For a team that's looking to contend sooner rather than later, having a younger tight end like Fannin, who can develop into a reliable target for the quarterback, makes a lot of sense. It's a classic rebuild move, prioritizing upside over proven veterans who might be on their way out anyway. And let's be honest, Njoku, while talented and a fan favorite, might not be the best fit for a team that's trying to hit the playoffs this year or next. Njoku originally entered the league in 2017, drafted in the first round from Miami, and since then, he's become one of the most popular tight ends among the fans. His ability to make plays, block when needed, and be a reliable target in critical situations has kept him in Cleveland's plans for several seasons. But times are changing, and the Browns seem to be looking for a different kind of future, one that might not include Njoku beyond this season. That's a tough pill to swallow for fans who have watched him grow and develop into a key piece of the offense, but it's part of the business. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just about Cleveland. It's about how other teams might see Njoku's value and what he can bring to a franchise that's in a different phase of its competitive cycle. I mentioned earlier that he's in his final contract year, which means that if the Browns decide to trade him, they could get some valuable draft capital or a promising young player in return. It's also worth noting that the NFL is a league where tight ends are becoming more and more valuable, especially those who can both block and catch. Njoku fits that mold, but he's also approaching the age where teams might prefer younger, cheaper options with more potential for growth. Let's talk about some of the teams that could be interested in Njoku. One of the most logical fits would be the Green Bay Packers. Their offense has been looking pretty solid this year, led by quarterback Jordan Love, who's really stepped up and shown that he's capable of leading a team deep into the playoffs. The Packers have been dealing with a few injuries, particularly in their tight end room, which could make Njoku a valuable addition. Tucker Kraft's injury isn't as serious as initially feared, meaning he might be ready to go soon. but the Packers are still in need of a reliable, experienced tight end to help them push through the season and make a Super Bowl run. Adding Njoku to the mix could give Jordan Love a versatile target that can stretch the field and create mismatches in the red zone. The Packers already have a good duo with Kraft and Luke Musgrave, but Njoku's experience and ability to make contested catches could be exactly what they need to elevate their offense to the next level. Plus, with the Packers being aggressive in recent years, trading for a generational pass rusher like Micah Parsons, they're not afraid to make bold moves. Snagging Njoku could be one of those moves that puts them over the top. And let's not forget the Kansas City Chiefs. They're also 0-2 right now, which is uncharacteristic for a team that's used to winning and competing for championships. Patrick Mahomes, as we all know, has been a bit off this season, and a lot of fans are pointing to the aging of Travis Kelce, who's been Mahomes' go-to target for years. Kelce is getting up there in age, and there's speculation that he might retire after the season. The Chiefs need to start thinking about the future of their tight end room, and Njoku could be an ideal veteran presence to help bridge that gap. He can provide dependable hands and a solid blocker for Mahomes, especially in critical third-down situations, while Noah Gray and Robert Tonyan serve as additional depth. The Chiefs are always looking for ways to enhance their roster, especially in the tight end position, which has become increasingly important in today's NFL. Bringing in Njoku could help Mahomes regain some of his rhythm and provide the kind of security blanket that Kelce used to offer. Plus, his experience in the league and his ability to make plays in tight coverage fit perfectly with the Chiefs' high-powered offense. It's a move that could make sense if the price is right, especially considering the Chiefs' window for winning titles isn't closing anytime soon. Now, another team that could be interested is the Washington Commanders. Their offense has looked decent, but they're also facing some questions at the tight end position. Zach Ertz, who's been a reliable target, is aging and might retire after the 2025 season, so they need to start planning for the future. Ben Sinnott had a rough rookie year, and John Bates is more of a blocking tight end, which leaves a big gap in their passing game. Njoku could fill that hole nicely, giving quarterback Sam Howell a trusted target in the middle of the field, especially in critical moments. His ability to block and catch makes him a versatile piece that could really complement their offensive scheme. So, what does all this mean for the Browns? Well, if they do decide to go down this route and trade Njoku, it's a clear sign that they're prioritizing a rebuild or at least a strategic repositioning. It's not a knee-jerk reaction. It's a calculated move to maximize their assets and prepare for the future, even if it means parting ways with a fan favorite. The Browns have been building this team with a focus on defense, youth, and long-term potential, and trading Njoku aligns with that philosophy. It also suggests that they're willing to accept the reality of a tough start and focus on the bigger picture. And let's not forget, this isn't just about the players or the immediate season. It's about a franchise that's been searching for stability and a consistent winning culture for years. With the recent struggles, especially at the quarterback position, the Browns are trying to find ways to adapt, improve, and eventually contend. Whether that's through strategic trades, drafting, or development, every move counts. The potential trade of Njoku could be a significant turning point, signaling a shift in how the Browns view their roster and their ambitions moving forward. Looking back at Njoku's career, it's impressive how he's grown into a player that fans and coaches alike respect. His athleticism, combined with his hands and blocking ability, makes him a dual threat. He's been a key part of Cleveland's offense when healthy, and his ability to make big plays in clutch moments has been evident. But with his contract situation and the team's current direction, the writing might be on the wall for him in Cleveland. That's the harsh reality of the NFL. Teams are always looking for ways to improve, to get better, and sometimes that means making tough decisions. As we watch this season unfold, the Browns' front office will be under a lot of pressure to make the right moves. Whether Njoku stays or goes, the team's future depends on how well they can adapt and build around their core. The quarterback situation, the defensive upgrades, and the strategic acquisitions all play into this puzzle. But one thing is clear: Cleveland is in a period of transition, and these decisions could shape the franchise's trajectory for years to come. So, Browns fans, it's a roller coaster ride, and we're all trying to figure out what's next. Will Njoku stay and help lead this team back to the playoffs? Or will he be heading somewhere else, bringing his talents to a team that's ready to contend now? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, this season is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in recent memory, and the Browns are right in the middle of it. Their moves, their struggles, and their hopes all come together in what promises to be an exciting and unpredictable journey ahead. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.